I know it just seems like one big run-on sentence, but it's actually a podcast. Here's what's coming up on The Nice Guys today.
You may not see, you may not know that from the relationship that we've had, Strickland, because all you hear is me with the F-bombs and stuff, but I'm a kind of a sensitive guy. You know a little bit of that, don't you? You know that because you know how easily I fall in love.
I totally see that, Doug. I just think it's stupid.
The Nice Guys on Business podcast. The sportos, the motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebs, dickheads. They think they're righteous dudes. Need an education on how to grow your business? The Nice Guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Okay. Hey, Nice Guy community. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm sorry if I sound a little winded, a little not quite so excited. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler. We're recording our Thursday episode. We just finished recording our Tuesday episode, but that was after we just finished spending an hour with technical fucking problems, but it's okay. We're going to put all that aside. We're going to take a little quick meditation breath, right?
You totally, I could hear it. I could hear it in your voice. You were just so dejected. It's okay though. Strick, you know what? The beauty of it is we do 5 episodes a week, so we can recover. If you didn't really like the Tuesday episode, we are sorry. We didn't mean it. It was a shit show of technical issues that we had to get through, and we got through them. No thanks to our friends at Zencastr, but we are getting, I think his name is Josh from Zencastr, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get Josh on the show. He's already agreed to be on the show. I've communicated with him, and he's gonna help us. He's gonna clarify all of the issues that we've had today, and we're gonna fix it. We're gonna have a direct line to the CEO of Zencastr, and we're gonna make sure that everything goes so well from here on out. Does that sound okay?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so.
Okay. So if you're listening, if you're go ahead, Strick. You talk. I'll listen.
No, go ahead. Patreon. I was just going to say very quickly, Patreon, please go donate. Patreon.com/Nice Guys. And we beat it to a dead horse on Tuesday. That's it. We're not going to say anything else.
Okay. We didn't beat it to a dead horse. We beat it like it was a dead horse.
Like it was a dead horse.
So if you want to contribute to the show, it's www.patreon.com/Nice Guys. Okay. The $2, $5, $10, $25, and $1,500 a month levels are all.
We're gonna have a $1 level set up for those of you who can only afford $1 a month.
We know that it is a struggle for many of you, just being able to put formula in your baby's bottle, and we don't want to separate. We don't want to be the reason why your small child dies. So the $1 a month level is for the poor shits that are out there right now that have a child that is on some level of assisted living.
Okay, you sent me 14 topics to talk about, and we got to one of them on Tuesday. So we're going to move on from Patreon and move on to other topics.
I got it.
We got to 2 of them actually, because we did talk about as a band guide you get hit on. So I'm going to clear that right off the list.
Okay. And what was the answer? Just to recap for a second. So the answer just quickly, yes or no?
In a bar band, yes. In a wedding band, no.
Okay, and the answer is, as a bar mitzvah DJ, I never get hit on, all right? And I'm kind of happy about that.
Except by fat women and gay men. And so if you are a fat woman or a gay man and didn't hear the show on Tuesday, you can now hit stop and never listen again. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Anyway.
That's good. All right, let's move on. I want to talk for a moment about
douchebags and fraternities.
Douchebags and fraternities.
That was one of your categories.
I know. They seem to go hand in hand oftentimes. I don't understand when you were in school. You either have the guy that's in the marching band, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
The what do you call the guys that are actual students? The really good students, like the. What do you fucking call?
Okay, the brains.
The brains, thank you. I'll call them the brains. The computer science nerds. And then along the way, you probably have the fraternity douchebag that's out there. Mm-hmm. Now, why is it that people fit nicely and neatly into these categories? Why is that?
It's The Breakfast Club.
Oh, God, The Breakfast Club. That was a great, great movie. And I loved I love the music, the soundtrack to it also. But it is so true. You either fit into one of those really, and the category that really fries my fritters the most, the one that I can't stand because I can't ever seem to relate to those guys that are either now the sorority, whatever you call the God, I don't know.
Greeks thing.
Yeah, I know, but
there's so many levels that we could hit this on. Like there's the social, then there's the, our brains are built to group things together so we can remember them better and make them easier. And so that's what we do with people. But also when it comes to fraternities and stuff, the whole concept of a fraternity is inclusion and exclusion. It's like, okay, if you want to be a part of our group, you have to come and have us, embarrass you and do demeaning things. And then after you do that, we'll decide if you're good enough to be in our group. I mean, just the core concept of that basically attracts the douchebag.
So are you mentioning that and then in the same breath can you say, well, isn't that really what we've done with the Funkin' Fans and with our Slack group and with our Facebook community? I mean, I don't think that we have a class differentiation. I don't think that we're looking at it and saying, well, who is cool and who isn't if they're in our Funkin' Fan or in our Facebook community. I mean, if you're listening to our show, just take it from me. You are not cool. just know that. Just automatically, immediately know that you're listening to, this is just like a train wreck that happens 5 days a week, that we happen to pull it together 3 days a week for maybe 20 minutes of those 3 days a week because we have these other people that are actually the experts in the world. But then the other 2 days and then the intros to those, it's a fucking train wreck. And so if you listen to the show, you're like the kind of person that drives down the highway and slows down when you go past the accident because you're like, maybe I'll see some carnage in there.
I mean, is that really what we're all about? Do our listeners only listen because they're listening for the car wrecks? I mean, I don't care if that's the case. I'm okay. If that's the case, I'll make sure we have more car wrecks on the show. I mean, we have weeks where we'll focus more on real business advice. Like 2 weeks ago, I think Paul Morena said, hey, these shows were really good. You hit a lot of business advice. And we basically said, hey, we didn't realize. We'll have to fucking get away from that as far as possible.
Yeah, but
I think we did very well last week and gave no advice whatsoever.
But
we don't know what everybody likes.
But that same exact week, that we had some business advice was coincidentally or not coincidentally the same week that Inc. Online picked us up as one of 12 podcasts to listen to if you want to learn more about being a leader. So it's like, okay, for some reason we walk this line between what the normal people like, which is not any of us, and what the abnormal people like, which probably is more like us. I mean, I don't know. I have never followed a straight line in business, and I've always managed to be successful at each of the business ventures that I've undertaken. But I never do it in the conventional way. So it's like I look at those guys, like the fraternity guys. Let me come back to the subject at hand. I come back to that because I remember just completely wanting to just puke in their face. I hated those guys. I never liked them in college.
I'm standing up right now, by the way.
You love your new boom microphone, don't you?
I know. I love my boom. You know what I do right now?
You're sitting.
Sitting down. Now I'm sitting. I'm sitting at the computer. I'm making a video for Mar because I told Mar that she was like, I saw the picture of like your boom arm with your microphone, but like it just looks like a lamp arm, right? Like the Pixar logo.
It makes life so much.
Video so I can see what it actually does and how it works, and this is how it works.
Yeah, but Mar, it makes life so much easier to be able to do it.
And you see, I can go like this and move it up, and nobody even hears me.
I heard it a little bit, Strick. I think you got to oil it a little bit.
All that kind of good stuff.
I think you got to oil it a little. I heard it a little bit. I heard it.
You did?
Yeah, I did. Just a little. Not enough
oil?
to.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
I don't know. Don't oil it. Don't ever oil it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I have one of them also, this stupid arm. I love the arm because it is.
I do too.
It makes my entire office look like. My son came into my office the other day. He was visiting and he's like, damn, that looks pretty professional. I'm like, fucking A, right? 50,000 downloads professional. You better believe it. Anyway, so I hate those guys.
Anyway, so I think fraternities but I don't think that I don't feel like we're exclusive. Like, has there been anybody that is asked to join the Facebook group that we've said no, unless we thought they were a bot or something?
No. There's only one instance that I can remember of not allowing somebody in the group because they had been a part of Facebook. I think it tells you how long they've been in Facebook and how many groups they're on. And this guy was like in Facebook for like a week, and he was a part of 68 groups already. I'm like, no fucking way am I letting him in and him, botting up our wall in there. So forget that.
Right.
But those guys, it's the
I don't think, I mean, even though we are a group, like we're trying to be inclusive as opposed to being exclusive, where you've got to jump through a whole bunch of hoops to be in the group.
No, I agree. And the only reason I brought it up is because there's a certain number of people that are just out there in the world that no matter what happens, I just can't relate to what, it's like, this seems like a first world problem when they tell me. I'm like, dude, I don't care if your ahi tuna was a little bit overcooked. It's like, really, seriously, this is the stuff that we're gonna complain about. Now, I say that on the tail end of me coming back from an amazing vacation in Puerto Rico, where I felt like I just wanted to be pampered for 4 days. I just wanted to have the meals that I had. I didn't want to have to think about anything. I wanted my beach chair with the proper fluff to my cushion that was on there. I don't know. Ugh, gosh.
And did you complain that your ahi tuna was overcooked?
Maybe once. That kind of stuff to me, it just some people let it get to them. I don't know. Again, it just was that whole conversation about. I don't even know why I originally thought about the topic of douchebags and fraternities and why they seem to go together. It's just a matter of who do you relate to most as a part of life, and who are the people that really get on your nerves.
Well, but it's all about perspective too, right? Like everything is when you're at your resort where you're paying big bucks in Puerto Rico, and you want to make sure that your food is good because you're paying a lot of money, right?
Right.
You're not going to go into Old Country Buffet and complain that your ahi tuna is overcooked, because they're going to look at you like, huh?
Well, when I open it up out of the can,
When I opened it up out of the can, it was cooked already. I didn't do anything with it. I just dumped it out of the can, right? But like, because you're paying $4.99 for all you can eat at Old Country Buffet, and it's just a different level of service that you are expecting, So, maybe there are like douchebag fraternity guys that just expect that the whole world is like that. I mean, do we want to get, I don't know if we want to get political, like we always end up doing it anyway, but like, Donald Trump, right? I mean, he's just, how can you have any perspective on the real world when you make the kind of money that he
when you've
makes?
been a billionaire your entire life,
right? Like the whole healthcare thing, right? Like, first of all, whoever knew that healthcare was so complicated? Everybody but you.
Everybody, right?
Apparently, everybody but you knew that healthcare was complicated. So his new healthcare plan, the Congressional Budget Office went through it and said, oh, yeah, it'll save money eventually about 10 years down the road. But in the short term, it will be 14 million people will not have health care, and everybody's deductibles will go up. Like, in other words, the cost to each person will go up. And Trump's solution to like, hey, I don't like the idea that people are being penalized if they don't have health care. I'm okay if they don't have health care, but if you stop for a month and then come back, it's going to be an extra 30% on top of that. I'm like, that's your solution?
Why?
Like, if I am a single mom and I'm trying to put food on the table and I have to skip 1 month, you're going to tell me that next month I'll just pay a 30%
isn't the reason
penalty, and that'll help me get back? That's
it's ridiculous. Not like it was an administrative error that I wasn't on healthcare that month. It was because I couldn't fucking afford it. So you're telling me you're going to hit me with another 30%? I mean, that's
exactly the 30% penalty is going to make me that much less likely to go back and jump in again. But the 1 year of tax returns from 10 years ago that he that got released, right? He made $150 million that year. How can you put any perspective on, I had to pay $300 last month for my health care and I couldn't afford it, so now you're going to tell me I've got to pay $400 if I want to come back again? You can't even put that in perspective.
Can we talk about rom-coms? I love them.
So that was one of Doug's other topics. Movies, what categories you like? Doug loves rom-coms. I want to see a show of hands right now for anyone who is surprised that Doug likes rom-coms. Is there anybody out there? I don't see any hands up, Doug.
Oh,
nobody's surprised that you
man,
like rom-coms.
I was hoping other people liked rom-coms. I was thinking that maybe there would be a couple people out there. If you're driving right now and you like rom-coms, could you just honk your horn just for a second?
No, I'm okay with other people. I'm just saying, and there's nothing wrong with liking rom-coms. I just don't think anybody's surprised that you like.
Well,
rom-coms.
we all know that I don't have cable television, right? Because we've talked about that ad nauseum. So I don't have cable television. Originally, I didn't have it because when I got divorced, I couldn't afford it. I was being realistic, so I didn't want to bring cable TV back into my life. But I did want to introduce. I need a little entertainment. So every once in a while, you got to step away from reality. So. What are the things that you gravitate towards when you watch movies? So for me, I'm scanning the channel, I have Netflix, and my daughter actually has it, and I pay for it, and so she lets me use it because I pay for it.
You pay for it or you steal it? Oh, I see. You pay for it and she steals it. That's what you're saying.
I think you're allowed. I don't think it's stealing. I think it's a family. Isn't it a family plan?
You're allowed to share. I don't know.
I think you're allowed to share it. Anyway, so whenever I'm scanning the little directory that they have for Netflix, I always seem to find myself gravitating to either the Westerns area or the rom-com area. And
Westerns and rom-coms, really?
For
those of you who are not familiar with Doug and I in the show, if I had two categories of what is it that, like, what movie am I in the mood for?
Neither one of them.
The very bottom of the fucking list would be Westerns, and the next one up would be rom-coms. I was going to say it's towards the bottom of the list because probably the only thing that would be below that would be documentaries. But you know what? There are times that I find some documentaries more interesting than rom-coms or westerns. To each his own.
Well, here's the problem with so what would be the category that you would gravitate towards? Action, adventure, mystery? What would thriller, suspense?
Depending on what mood I'm in. I like comedy or action or thrillers. Like I like mysteries. Yeah, that would totally be my category.
All right, but wait a second. You said you like comedy, so isn't rom-com isn't part of the the com also, or that doesn't count? You like slapstick comedies, like you like Animal House kind of comedies,
level. It depends on the level of rom versus com, okay? I mean, yes, on occasion, I might find a rom-com entertaining if it was in more comedy and less romance, maybe.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, I like the boy meets girl, boy falls in love with girl has an issue, girl is married, girl whatever, there's some disease, there's something, but I like it done with a spin. I like the little spin. I like the comedy spin. And then I like the fact that not the guy doesn't always get the girl at the end of the rom-com. Sometimes it just is, life just happens. And it really is very, very much like I guess kind of like a soap opera a little bit with comedy. I don't know.
Can you give me one where the guy doesn't get the girl at the end that you enjoy?
Well, I just saw one the other day. Last weekend I watched one called 5 to 7. And it was a movie about a guy meets a girl. I'll just give you the very, very raw, basic synopsis of it. The guy meets a girl. They fall in love. She ends up being married. He ends up proposing to her and telling her to leave her husband. She doesn't leave her husband. They end up going their separate ways. They fall in love with other people, or she's already married, so she stays married. He falls in love with somebody else. He gets married. They end up connecting at a museum at the end of the movie, and they both look really sad that they didn't have a chance to connect. And I'm like, oh man. I mean, I just that kind of movie, it just pulls at my heartstrings, and I'm a very sensitive guy. You may not see it. You may not know that from the relationship that we've had, Strickland, because all you hear is me with the F-bombs and stuff, but I'm a kind of a sensitive guy. You know a little bit of that, don't you? You know that because you know how easily I fall in love.
I totally see that, Doug. I just think it's stupid.
Strick, you need to care about my feelings a little bit more as your co-host on the show. You really need to care about what I think a little bit more.
This is exactly why we have such a good podcast, because we are definitely complementary to each other.
Well, the other side of it, too, is the reason I don't like to watch action, adventure, thriller movies is because normally nighttime is the time I watch movies. So if I was watching a Sunday afternoon, I'd be like, okay, this is really cool. I get all jacked up to watch a thriller or a mystery or a suspense movie. If I do that at night, my brain starts working in overtime, and then I either fucking have nightmares and I hate that, or I can't get to bed because my brain is racing, or just because it scares the shit out of me and I think somebody's going to kill me behind every corner or behind a shower curtain. Yeah, I am a freaking, it just worries me. I just don't want to do that.
Okay.
I know.
You're allowed. That's okay.
I know. All right. So since we're on such a great topic of rom-coms, I want to talk about another thing that is very near and dear to my heart, which is face cream and manscaping.
Face cream and manscaping. Yeah, don't you spend big bucks on your face cream?
I do. My wife is she's very jealous of the fact that I probably have better face condition. I have a 4-step system actually that I use.
A 4-step system. Oh my God. Please, Doug, continue. I'm dying to hear.
I could go get the products and name what they are, but
No, please don't. I'm sure you remember them since it's a 4-step system.
No,
go ahead, please go on.
It's a pretty easy process. The process involves first, you actually have to have you need to be able to wash your face. So you got to be able to wash your face.
You need to have a face.
Yeah.
First thing is I got that. Okay, I have a face.
Okay, so right after I get out of the shower. So there's a whole bunch of products that are actually involved in the shower too. Do you use conditioner or do you just shampoo?
I just shampoo.
So you're leaving your hair. Your hair is probably not your hair needs some moisturizer in there, Strick. I really would recommend that you get a shampoo that either has a conditioner in it or you have a separate product that you put in your hair after you shampoo.
I think mine is a two-in-one. I think it has.
Okay, all right. So you have a little conditioner in there. So anyway, so do you shave in the shower or do you shave at the sink?
Oh God, at the sink. I would never even think to shave in the shower.
Really?
Do people do that?
Yeah. Well, I have I shave in the shower. I have for years. And the reason I do that is because there are a couple reasons. One, because your face is you have a whole bunch of water on it and you have the steam in it and it opens your pores and it's a lot better for you to shave in the shower. But I also have a mirror in the shower too. So I one of the little handheld mirrors, the plastic ones, like the camping kind of mirrors.
Okay.
You don't have that?
No,
never shaved in the shower?
Never.
Do you ever shave before? Do you get out of the shower?
Good idea, though. I mean, I could save the time, I guess. I never thought.
I don't think of it as
I guess I could.
I don't think. So I introduced something to you.
Oh yeah, I've never really thought of. I've never considered shaving.
Okay,
in the
so
shower.
when you shave, when you do shave, do you shave every day?
No,
you don't. Okay,
every 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days. So I have to shave every day because I have a pretty full face of hair. So when I get out
No, I do too. I just don't give a shit.
Oh well, geez, I don't know. I feel
Anyway,
like
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you weren't interrupting. I'm asking because I'm just trying to get you how your habit works. So I shower, and then if you shower, do you get out and shave, or do you shave and then take a shower?
No. You take a shower first because it definitely does help to open up the pores and
soften the hair
I'll
too.
I'll notice a difference. Yes, if I have to actually shave and like if I am running late and I need to skip the shower, yeah, that's very difficult because yes, it helps to open the pores up and all that. Yeah.
Okay, so. Normally what I'll do is I'll take a shower, and in the shower I shave. So after I'm done in the shower, I step out of the shower. And so the first thing I do is I have this aftershave. It's called Afterburn, I think is what it's called. It's by Origins. Okay. Origins makes all of the products that I use. So I put this stuff on my face, and it immediately takes the... so if you shave and you try to get a close shave, you can get some, not razor burn, but it probably is a little bit harsher on your face because it is a blade running across your face. So I use this afterburn, and that kind of calms down the trauma that's caused from shaving.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So that's number one. Then I use I think it's called Mega Mushroom something or other. It's a Dr. Weil. I think his name is Weil or Wiley. As in Wile E. Coyote. Remember the Road Runner and the Wile E. Coyote? The Road Runner. Okay, so meep, meep, zip tang, right? So anyway, I put this mega mushroom stuff on my face as well. Then I put a moisture, so that just kind of that refreshes my face. That almost is like the adding a whole bunch of good ingredients back into the into my face. Then I use a moisturizer because you can't leave your face dry. You have to put something on it. So yeah, I moisturize with the with, I forget what it is. I think it's the ginseng.
Okay.
So that's product number 3. Then product number 4 I use in the evening. It's called Nitamins, I think it's called. It's again by Origins, and it's an overnight moisturizing step that I use as well. So that's my 4 steps. You okay?
This has been the Health and Wellness Show with Doug and Strickland.
Doesn't anybody out there in the Nice Guy community, guys, if you're not moisturizing your face, your face is going to be like a lizard when you're 50 years old.
I moisturize my face. I get a bottle of
Jack, a bottle of Jack.
I got like a bottle. I think it's like St. Ives or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's literally, it's like a 16-ounce bottle.
Yeah.
That I pay $10 for at the grocery store.
Oh, geez.
And after I get out of the shower in the morning and before I go to bed at night, I do 2 squirts and put it on my face. That's it. That's all I do.
Oh, I'm glad at least you do something. I don't know if that's probably enough, but I think it's something. It's better than nothing. Yeah, everybody, you've got to moisturize your face. You're going to age way too early, especially if you shave every day or every other day. That's like harsh. I mean, you're putting the shaving cream is pretty much like soap. You're putting soap on your face and you're taking a sharp edge and you're shaving off a layer of your skin. You don't think you're just getting the hair, you're getting the skin on there too. It's not a process that, I don't think that we're meant to shave. I think we're meant to be fully faced.
Okay, so don't shave then.
No, I have to. I look like a Neanderthal if I don't shave. I do. I between looking like a Neanderthal or a terrorist, I look like one of those two. If I don't shave, I do not look. I would not trust me. I really wouldn't. And in the position of sales, and I do a lot of work online with the video camera also. Have you seen a picture of me when I don't shave? The first thing you would notice
like
is that...
like in Puerto Rico, I think you did a video where you hadn't shaved.
Yeah. Like the first thing I notice if I'm looking at myself, if I haven't shaved for a couple of days, is I have a huge amount of gray hair in my beard. I look like 10 or 15 years older than I really am. When I went away with Adam...
Yeah, that's true.
When I went away with Adam this past summer to the national parks, well, I spent I didn't shave for 2 weeks, which I don't think I've ever done ever. And my face, it is almost all gray, and I just didn't look good. I looked like I was sick. I think I looked like I was sick. Anyhow, this has been a commentary on whether you should be using face products or not. I just wanted to share that with our Nice Guy community.
Yes, there are definitely episodes where we do not talk about business, but we're going really far away from that now. So let's see if there's... Now, but what about manscaping?
Yeah.
By manscaping, did you mean shaving or were you talking about something else?
No, I just mean like your overall body appearance. I mean like areas of your body that you shave, don't shave. If you do, like I was in Puerto Rico when I was there, there's a whole bunch of dudes that have got a lot of hair all over their body. I'm thinking, dude, you need to, that's got to be, I don't know. I just don't like hairy body does not do anything for me. I mean, I know
That's not what I thought you were referring to when you talked about manscaping. And I think that is typically not what people specifically talk about when they talk about manscaping.
Or are you talking?
We shouldn't get into the guys we fucked show because I think that's exactly where we'd be going with that.
You mean like whether you shave like everywhere?
Exactly. That's usually what manscaping.
No, I don't think so, Strick. I don't think so. I think if you look up the definition of manscaping, which I have not done, but if you were to look that up, I think part of it is like unsightly back hair or arm hair.
Yeah, Mar. I was going to say Mar needs to chime in, and Mar has typed in Strick. is right.
Strick is right?
Manscaping maybe kind of could extend to like back hair, but typically that's not it. Manscaping is like, do you shave down there?
Okay, well, we can talk about that if you want to. Is this a topic that you'd like to?
You wrote the topic up. I didn't. I'm not the one that said I wanted to bring it up.
I'll volunteer. I do a fair share of manscaping. Yes, I do. I think it's important.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very nice to be well kempt in all parts of my body.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
How about you, Strick?
Manscaping. So, Mar, we probably should not drag Mar into this because the two of us like being married guys. I was going to say, hey, Mar, like most of the guys that you know, like,
I don't know.
I am under the impression that I think most guys nowadays, that it's pretty damn common that I would think a huge percentage of guys usually manscape. I was going to ask Mar, but, I don't know if that's an appropriate question to ask Mar because then it hints into like, so Mar, so like how many, how much do you date or like how many guys are you?
Oh, so you're asking. So what you're saying is, and what you're saying is that if you ask a woman about manscaping, you're not asking about if they or manscaping about how they groom. You're not asking are they grooming. You're asking the guys that they've been with. What? Who think prefers?
About it. Like if I were, let's say I wanted to find out about most guys today, right?
Okay,
like,
yeah.
Am I going to ask a guy? Because
yeah.
I think most guys, well, sure. And if I could get 100 guys to answer,
right.
I would know my answer, but from 100 guys. But they're only going to know the answer for themselves.
Well, that's
right?
what... But
I would think women would know more. Like if I ask a woman, I would think that they would know.
Because multiple guys. Because multiple guys. So, but then again, you're picking a woman that might be attracted to a certain type of guy. So there might be women that I can't imagine who this would be because we don't have a regular poll that we're having with women about, hey, tell me about your guys. Do you like your guys completely man? So I'm going to use manscaping in the way that you're defining it is that they're shaving every area, even the areas that you can't see. Okay, so
the guys are clean shaven down around there.
Okay, so if I can't imagine that anybody would want a hairy guy. I could be wrong though. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm thinking too. I think that today it's pretty commonplace. I mean that, basically it's expected. It's kind of like when we think about women shaving their armpits, right? I think it's expected nowadays that, guys are going to be shaved down there. And Mar is strangely silent in this conversation. Hey, Mar, is the connection working? Are you hearing us? No, that's okay. I just like giving her shit.
Oh, man.
It's all good. But Mar, you do not have to chime in. We're certainly not going to drag you kicking and screaming into this conversation.
See, all of this, just go back to Patreon for a second. All of this is...
Oh, no, shit.
I think players do it,
Mar
not that I know.
Said, I think players do it. So basically, was that a little swipe on me?
No, I don't think that's the case. I think that the issue is that it depends on who you are. If you're an old-fashioned guy and you've been married for many, let me say this, and I'll be really open about this as well. When I was married for 20 years, okay? Like the
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Mar.
I know. You've got to kind of zone Mar out for a moment. Nice guy community, I'll put it into a little bit of perspective. We are keeping a rolling dialogue with those that are in the Patreon level that can actually listen in to the show and contribute to the show. And Mar is extremely vocal through, not because she's able to. Hold on a second. Get Mar on there. Get Mar on. Can we open the recording for Mar?
It's okay. Hey, Mar, you want to open up your mic and jump in on the conversation?
No, Strick, you have the ability to do that.
I don't think I muted her. She muted herself. Oh no, wait a minute. Maybe
no, she's here now.
Mar, are you there?
She's like, Mar is here now. Welcome, Mar. Welcome to the show.
So Mar, what you're saying is, and this is really the question I was asking, because I don't want to ask 100 guys, because I know I won't get an answer from 100 guys. But what you're saying is, like, in general, it's like, it's not understood, kind of like a woman shaving her armpits. Like, not every guy does it, but guys that are players do it.
It seems like that's the case.
Okay,
yes.
Good to know. Good to know. And you see, that's what I was getting at. It's like, do regular guys every day who are single do this? And the answer is, nah, it's not like it's understood that every guy does this. But the guys that are players, yeah, okay. Okay, Mar, thank you. We appreciate it. I'm not going to ask you about your dating life because we haven't gone there.
All right, Jay, you noticing how quickly
to that information you would have.
how quickly Mar muted herself again.
Fuck that! I'm not talking about
Mar is like, let me get out of this conversation. I'm just going to mute myself. Don't look.
Mar says, oh, sorry, gotta go. Gotta go have lunch. Gotta go rearrange my sock drawer. Sorry. Yeah, busy day today.
Oh, so let me finish my point though. So I was married for 20 years before, just about 20 years prior to getting divorced. And old school tech, I did not. There was nothing. There was no. There was no kind of manscaping going on at all in my world. And
also back in the day. Well, for me too. Back in the day, like when I was a player.
I don't think it has. See, I don't think it has anything to do
either because nobody did.
I don't think it has anything to do with being a player or not being a player. I just think it has to do with. I don't know. I just think hair in that quantity is gross. That's just me, though. I mean, is that me or is that everybody? I'm really curious in what other people think about it. I'm extremely curious what the title of today's episode is going to be. Yeah,
we let Anna pick that.
Oh, does Anna pick that?
Anna usually does. I mean, sometimes I change it, but usually I let her pick the topic title.
Yeah, I'm very curious, and I'm sure that if you caught, what's interesting about where we're going is this is going to be one of those episodes. It's going to be like we got 5,000 downloads on this one episode. I can't talk about manscaping every episode, though. I just can't.
It's funny. There's another podcast I listen to called Vital Vegas, and it's this really weird kind of nerdy guy, and he did one episode from the Green Door, which is
what's the Green Door
in Las Vegas.
Swingers Club.
He went to the Green Door and actually interviewed the manager and got a tour of the Green Door.
Okay.
Right? And apparently he got 3 times the normal number of downloads
oh my God.
for that episode.
Yeah. What is that porn? The $5 billion a year industry that nobody watches?
Right.
Something like that. Anyway, I never understand it. Before we go, though, we're kind of on the topic, so I just want to just finish the topic with this, though. The bathroom habits. Habits. So
you wrote in the "Are you a flush and spit?"
No,
or lingering
no, I didn't.
lounger? And
No.
I have no idea what the hell.
Are you a flush and split? Or lingering lounge. Yeah, that's what I wrote.
Well, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out why you're like flush and spit.
No. Are you the kind of guy that do your bathroom habits include you just doing your business and getting out of there, or are you?
Totally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm totally. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, it's like there's a lot involved. I mean, I usually hang out there. You're reading your magazines, doing a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't know. So you like to go in, do your business, and just get the fuck out.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Always. I've always been like that. Just
No, check your email. No, none of that.
Nope.
Oh, God. Nope. No. It's like the time in my life that I actually have some peace and quiet, that I actually know my phone's not going to, I'm taking my phone in there, but I won't answer my phone when I'm there. And it really feels like it's my private time.
Okay.
I don't know. It seems like our bathroom habits are 180 degrees apart from each other.
Yes, something I'm so amazed that we've never realized this before.
You know what's funny? All the times that we've gone away together, we've actually, I don't think we've ever stayed in the same room.
I think you're right.
I don't.
If we do podcast movement, are we going to share a room at podcast movement?
I think we're going to. I think because
I
think we're going to.
We should. It'd be interesting. And I'm going to be banging on the door. Doug, fucking finish up in the bathroom. What the fuck?
No. So if I'd go to a hotel room with you, if we were going away and going out of town, if we were going to podcast movement or something like that, if I had to use the bathroom, I probably would either go at a time when you weren't in the room, or I would use the lobby bathroom. I'm okay with public bathrooms. A lot of people are really grossed out by public bathrooms. Are you?
No, not at all.
No, you're okay with them?
I just don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah.
Well, actually you do, but you do it quickly and you get out of there.
Right, exactly. Why would I care? I do it quickly and I get out of there, right? Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind. There's something about the bathroom that's okay for me. I'm all right with just, taking my time. There's so few things that I do in my life that I actually get to take my time with, that I feel like that is one of those times when I just, like to take a few extra moments.
Okay.
That's it.
To each his own, I suppose. That's what it's all about.
I guess. How are we doing on time with this episode?
We're at 35 minutes. We should probably wrap it up.
Okay. All right. So, what's today? Today's Thursday?
Thursday, yes.
All right, wait a minute. Let me go back and look for just a brief second. I think that we had some amazing stuff going on at the beginning of the week. We had Cam Harold. If you missed Cam, you want to go back to Monday's show and listen. Michael Brenner was Wednesday's show also, and tomorrow is Kaylin Ellsbury. Kaylin, what a tremendous, amazing story that you're going to. I just sound like Donald Trump every time I say the word tremendous. I always think about Donald Trump, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to sound like him.
The fake media, tremendous. The fake media is tremendous.
Kaylin Ellsbury, she she has CF, which is cystic fibrosis, and she tells her story and talks about why we need to live like tomorrow is our last day, because it possibly could be. So great story tomorrow. But go back and listen to Michael Brenner's interview on Wednesday and Cam Harold also on Monday. A whole bunch of great episodes. So many technical difficulties on Tuesday. I want you to go back just to hear. That is the true us. It's really the true us on Tuesday's episode. And thanks for being a part of the community, everybody. Why don't you do the final farewell for us, Strick?
Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Fill up your week with the nice guys. Side effects may include tingling, numbness, urinary incontinence, the need to watch the Kardashians. If you have an erection for more than 3 hours, call your friends to brag. The Nice Guys on Business is not for everyone. Consult your physician before usage. You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.